Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another episode of CSGO News. I hope you guys all enjoy. Let's hop into our first story, though, brought to us by CSGO Empire and the gambling scene. I wanted to kind of have an update story for all of you. I touched on this a couple weeks ago, and I talked about Gamdom and their $1 Million Gambler. If you guys watched that video, or if you did not, I'll link it down below, where Gamdom Gambler actually gambled $2.4 million in the span of 1 hour. And now we have CSGO Empire and their Millionaire actually gambling $5.5 million in the span of 10 days. So I thought I'd give you guys an update on this story. And yes, I'm going to link the guy's Twitter down below. He's an actual person. I'll give you guys some future proof about this. An actual person out there in the CSGO gambling scene, as of right now, has wagered $5.5 million and is on his way to wagering $10 million on a CSGO gambling site. That's just insane news. People out there are actually making money doing this, and apparently he's a very good gambler. I'll link his Twitter down below. He's known as the Millionaire Doggy, and if you're watching right now, Doggy, feel free to reach out to me via Twitter. I'd love to interview you, man, because you are very impressive. As of right now, his largest bet on the site's actually, his largest win has been $70,000 at one time. Of course, is actually the release of the King of Coin giveaway, or the King of Coin, I guess you could say, kind of challenge on the CSGO Empire site. If you guys do not know about this King of Coin challenge, it was what the intro was all about. It's pretty much all about giving back to the community, giving you guys points for all the coins you do wager. And on the website, once they announced this, it was pretty much a great way to give back prizes to their top 100 bettors. But eventually, we actually had Millionaire Doggy take by far and away the leaderboard under his wing. He was wagering millions of dollars. No one could really keep up with him. And so the number one overall prize for the top bettor was actually 10 factory new Dragon Lords, but he soon surpassed him by far and away. He was beating everyone else. So CSGO Empire challenged him to actually surpass 1 billion points. Now, 1 billion points would actually take you $5 million in wagers, and he soon surpassed that a few days ago, guys, and he is now well on his way to actually 2 billion points, as CSGO Empire has actually challenged this guy again. And here's the great news for all of you guys who are watching. If you want to enter the giveaway, they've now challenged him to get 2 billion points. That would take him wagering $10 million, and if he does succeed, they're going to give him himself 40 factory new Dragon Lords, and on top of that, they will do a $125,000 community giveaway. So that's insane news, guys. Yes, we had the Gamdom guy gambled $2.4 million. This guy, though, on his way to gambling $10 million in the span of a month, which is absolutely insane to think about. On top of that, though, as well, I was actually reaching out to Empire and their management over there. This is a legitimate guy. It's a real guy. They've never spoken to him. He does have his own Twitter, which will be linked down below for all of you. It's also the same guy. Other owners can confirm out there. CSGO Roll, he was actually cleaning CSGO Roll. He cleaned their entire marketplace for a day or two. So yes, a legitimate guy out there, and a legitimate, probably a millionaire, actually gambling $10 million on a CSGO gambling site. I really never saw it getting to this point. At this point, it's getting kind of extreme. I don't know what could possibly top this, but that was in crazy news. And also, for all of you traders who are watching this episode, kind of a perfect episode. We talk about some very, very wealthy people out there, and of course, a lot of traders out there are very wealthy as well. I had a dear friend of mine, or a good Steam friend of mine, actually messaged me a new type of scam out there. It might not be brand new, but for all you traders, please be aware, if you're getting trades out there, if you're trading rubies, sapphires, emeralds, blue gems, there might be a new inspect scam inside CSGO, inside Steam. No matter what you guys do, you probably cannot stop this. We're not sure the exact causes of this, but let me give you guys the background story. A friend of mine actually messaged me saying he was actually trading his factory new Huntsman knife ruby on screen for all of you, a beautiful knife. He received a trade offer that looked pretty decent. He was going to trade that Huntsman knife ruby for a bayonet emerald, and it seemed all good and dandy. Actually, in the trade itself, he made sure to tell me if he inspected inside the trade screen, it showed up as an actual emerald, a bayonet emerald, which in his world would be a fair trade, a decent trade for him in terms of floats and values for those two knives. He was going to trade that Huntsman knife ruby for a bayonet emerald, and everything seemed to do good. In the inspect screen, it looked good. Once he accepted the trade, though, it turns out he got this, a regular bayonet gamma Doppler. It was not an emerald. It was nothing special. It was just a regular emerald guy, a regular gamma Doppler, and of course worth way less than his Huntsman knife ruby. So apparently out there might be an inspect screen or some kind of scam out there where the trader can actually change the code and actually make you think you're getting a ruby or a Doppler, get you a ruby, an emerald, a sapphire. We were actually getting a regular knife no matter what. So on top of that as well, I do want to say, be watching out, guys, for this scam in terms of sapphires, blue gems, other skins out there. Anything that is a one-for-one trade, please, if it did sound too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. He's also heard other people getting scammed out there with blue gems, where you inspect an AK, let's say a case hardened AK, where it looks all blue, or a majority blue, whatever it might be, percentage-wise blue, and all of a sudden you get a regular case hardened. This scam has been going on quite frequently, so please be aware, guys. Also, I'm gonna link this guy's profile down below. He's an obvious scammer. Please do me a favor, if you guys have the time, report this guy. As you can see, still in his inventory, he's trying to redo the scam. He's also rebought a bayonet gamma Doppler, regular bayonet gamma Doppler, and he's also renamed it Emerald. To further the actual scam along, guys, he names it Emerald. So even when you inspect it and you see the Emerald, you think, oh, it's also name tagged Emerald. It kind of further pushes you to accept the scam. Please watch out, guys. His link is down below. Please report him for scamming. It's pretty obvious, and he also sold the Huntsman Knife Ruby right away. I just felt really bad for my friend for getting scammed. So please, all you traders out there, be very careful. Is there any way to protect yourself against this? Not that I know of. So just only trade with people you trust. And again, this is a whole new world of things out there. If you can't trust the inspect screen, what can you trust? And in further news of market manipulation, I put the Zuri symbol out there. I'm going to say Zuri's name quite a bit because if you guys not see his old video about this, a long time ago was when Zuri posted this video about market manipulation, kind of a common tactic out there in the scene, but I want to kind of bring it back up as we've actually come around to a new skin that's being market manipulated. It's actually the Stat Track Og Chameleon, or Battle Scarred Og Chameleon, that is. If you guys have noticed on the actual community market, this thing is shot up from $8 all the way up to, I guess you could say, around $100. You can also see as well, I managed to buy one just for an example. As you guys can see, I posted it for $69.69. It did not sell, for all of you guys who are wondering. I do want to tell you as well, it was when Zuri's original post, and well before this, people have been doing this for quite some time, of skins out there with very limited quantities that are not worth a lot of money in terms of, you know, just overall value. We could say, actually in Zuri's video, it was actually the Huntsman Knife well-worn rust coat. That's a very valuable skin, but again, with only like 5 or 6 of them in the game, you can easily make them worth a lot more than they're truly worth. Their true value, probably a couple $100, but then actually in Zuri's video, they were actually made, eventually people just bought it, all of them, and they made them worth over $2,000. So a pretty straightforward strategy, right? You find an item out there in CSGO with limited quantity that's actually affordable to buy all of them. For this instance, the Stat Track Og Chameleon, Battle Scarred Og Chameleon, there was only 7 or 8 of them in the game. They were only $8 or $9 a piece. You could easily buy up all the ones that were $8 or $9, and eventually you're left with all the posts that are left with over $100 in value. Now, what will this actually work? Yes, people out there who actually get on this in the very early prominent stages of it can actually go to gambling sites, trading sites out there, and trade these skins for the inflated value. Now, I do want to say as well, you probably shouldn't try this. Many skin sites out there, many gambling sites, as well as trading sites, especially all the popular ones, CS Money, CS Offer Me, Trade Skins Fast, either they did not even show up in this inflated value, or they just didn't even show up with the option for me to trade this skin, because they have protection against these fraudulent and actually heavily fluctuating items. If an item actually fluctuates from $8 to above whatever certain amount, they will not take these trades. A lot of sites out there have an I guess you could say anti-cheat or anti-scam method. So if you're going to try this, guys, well, it's almost too late. It's actually been oversaturated. Many sites out there, at least well-known ones, are not going to fall for this. Trust me, I tried it, and with sites like, I think it was actually sites like CS Offer Me or CS Money, my item was not even showing up. So yes, I did spend $9 for a Stat Track Battle Scarred Og Chameleon. Apparently now it's worth over $100, but it's really not. So. And that's going to do it for today's episode of CSGO News. Thank you all for stopping by. As you guys can probably tell, I'm in a car right now on my way back from my short vacation over spring break. So if you guys were celebrating spring break, I hope you all had a good one. I actually went to Chicago. So if you guys are fans, or you know where that is in America, a very fun place. My first time there, had a great time. So thank you guys all for watching. I thought I'd dedicate this episode to kind of trading, the market, those kind of news stories. So some great stories coming soon for all of you. We're going to do a weekend recap next episode. I should probably focus on the road. As always though, live, love, laugh, remember like you, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye, guys.